Hello there, this is Rom Wills coming back at you with yet another video. The danger of being a trick. It really is a danger. Now, yeah, you get some guys, they feel like, hey, it ain't tricking if you got it and all of that stuff. All right, but there's a danger, it's a psychological danger. Understand something. The reason why it's a danger ain't so much that you don't have game to get the sex for free or get the woman without putting out that money. It's the women that you're dealing with. It's the woman that you're dealing with. And quite frankly, this could range. This could range from an acculturated prostitute, which acculturated prostitution is a socially acceptable form where a woman's not going to deal with you unless you spend money on her. And she'll let you know either subtly, like if you give them you gotta pay her bills or you gotta take her to these expensive restaurants, buy her gifts or something. And that's the only way she'll deal with. She won't deal with you for free. Now I know some dudes that say that's all women, but if you think that's all women, well, you got some issues. Seriously, you got some issues because that means that's all the women you've dealt with. But that starts there, but it goes all the way up to sex workers, escorts, and stuff like that. Understand something. Reason why it's a danger is a psychological danger because you're dealing with a woman that has a disdain for you. When you talk about sex workers, or as Master Teacher BGS calls them in his Octane model, diesel women, you're dealing with a woman that really has a disdain for men. A lot of those women really don't like men. In fact, you got some lesbians. You got actual lesbians, they might engage in sex work or stripping, something like that, because it gives them a level of control over men. And then you got some women, they don't have any respect for a man. Now, some guys will say, well, it don't matter, I'm still getting the sex. Yeah, but I want y'all to think about something. Yes, most cases, a woman can't physically hurt you, but she can just do little psychological things to fuck your head up. There's a lot of men out here even if they ain't dealing with a diesel type of woman, a sex worker type of woman, they just dealt with the wrong woman and it messed their heads up. It really messed their heads up. So, and that's just an ordinary relationship where the woman might not have that intention. You dealing with some women who really don't respect you, ain't looking at you beyond money. They will look for little ways to destroy you. And see, guys don't think that, but it'd be a little subtle. It'd be just little subtle things here and there until all of a sudden your head totally messed up and you might not think about it. You was like, bro, no, that worker, she is always nice and everything. Yeah, nah, they're gonna smile in your face and everything. See, understand something with the sex worker type. Only if you're not their child, if you're not their child, or just that one person she really cares for, they just got a disdain. They got a disdain. And see, when you have sex, I'm gonna tell you, if you have sex with a woman who has disdain for you, it's going to show up in so many little ways, how she speak to you and everything. And I've seen this even in cases where the woman wasn't a sex worker, but I've seen cases, I've observed it, where the woman might say little things here and there just mess with a man's mind. At least one, well, I better not say this. It gets too personal. Somebody I know could get me in trouble, so I ain't gonna say it. But let's just say there's some men who've gone through some medical emergencies because the woman they dealt with didn't respect them. See, the thing is, a sex worker don't respect a man who's paying. She don't respect him. She does not respect him. And I've said several times, as a man, you need a woman's respect more than you need her love. Because first of all, a lot of times what people call love is nothing but lust. But you need her respect. See, a woman who respects you, she's going to have your best interest in mind. She's not going to intentionally try to hurt you. But see, first of all, you get with that sex worker, or you spending money, they don't give a shit about you. So she already has a disdain. Now, if you go as far as sex, yeah, she'll be there. She'll moan at the appropriate times. But then she's also you gonna feel it. You gonna feel that disrespect, and you might not think about it because it might not be apparent. But then at some point, at some level, you ain't gonna feel good about yourself, and you ain't gonna know where it's coming from. Because I've seen it. I've seen guys who's dealt with sex workers constantly, and their minds are never right. It'd be like some little subtle shit. See, the one thing as a man, you gotta have a woman's respect. As I said, you gotta have a woman's respect. That woman has to actually, even if it's a one night stand, she has to have a respect for you. She has to have that thought pattern where she's not going to try to intentionally hurt you. The sex worker don't give a shit. You just a trick to her. You just a John. And you know, even if for that reason you shouldn't engage in it. Now I know it's gonna fall on deaf ears, and you get some guys, they say, yeah, all I've dealt with is all these sex workers and all of that. Even had a guy, he had said his count was 300, but they were all sex workers. Pay attention to their behavior. Anytime, in fact, I put it like this: if you know anybody who that's all they deal with, sit back and really think about their behavior. Think about how they talk about themselves, what they think, how they carry themselves. Now, yeah, they might put on a good mask, but think about it. That woman's actually destroying them. And that's where the real danger is. It's better that you go in self-imposed monk mode than pay for the shit. Now, I know some guys, they still gonna fight it, they still gonna do it, but ask yourself one thing. Is this really working? See, a woman has to be either an asset to you or a liability. Energetically, a woman can bring you down or she can lift you up to the stars. A lot of men are messed up because they just dealt with that woman who didn't like them like that, even if they were having sex. See, understand something, even with sex, a woman can spread her legs and have sex with a man she has a disdain for easily. She don't have to be, because what'll happen is, she'll literally just leave the body. She'll let you do your business or something. But then she might be getting some other stuff out. She getting money out of it. So she'll put up with that 5 minutes with you. You know. Whatever trick she do, but then you're gonna feel it one way or the other. It's gonna be very subtle. So that's the danger in it. You don't wanna do that. You gotta think about that. Like if you're gonna lay down with a woman, she need to have a good feeling about you. Because that's how they do. Because trust me, they getting into your subconscious. So you got to be very careful who you laying with. And if you laying with someone you had to pay for, from day one, she already got a disdain for you. You're just a job tool. You know, sex is a handshake tool. So I want y'all to think about that, all right? I want y'all to think about that. You know, and if you engaged in it now, just like they saying you need to pull back from porn, you need to pull back from it. Because your mental health, your mind is the thing you need. You got to keep that intact. And you don't want to deal with somebody who has that disrespect, because it'll show up. Like I said, it could be just how she look at you. She could say little things. And those are sex workers. Now, like I said, you get some women, they ain't sex workers, but I've witnessed women destroy their men with the things they did. I witnessed it. You got to have that woman who has a respect for you. You have to have that woman that who is an asset to you, who's lifting you up with her actions. All right? So that's all I have for now. I want y'all to seriously think about that, all right? And I'll get back with y'all later. Peace and blessings.